Sweet the whispers in your ear whenever ember wanders near.
There we go. Here we go. This came out today. This just came out. Yeah, this just came out. Breaking news. Bricks and Minifigs parts ways with franchise owners at center of stolen Lego scandal, offers to meet with the collector. Yeah, this basically dropped at like 5 o'clock Mountain Time, which I don't know what that is. Eastern. Well, Mountain Time. Actually, what's Mountain Time? I think it dropped an hour ago. I think this literally just dropped an hour ago. 7 Eastern? Okay, so this dropped about 3 hours ago. This dropped about 3 hours ago. So, Bricks and Minifigs has parted ways with the franchise owners of the Salem, Oregon store that is at the heart of the stolen Lego scandal, which has gained viral online attention after a YouTuber was arrested in Utah and accused American Fork Police Department of misconduct. On Thursday, June 4th, Bricks and Minifigs announced on their blog, we're going to look at that they would be permanently closing the Salem, Oregon store where Brian Mansell originally entered into a consignment agreement to sell his family's Lego collection. As a part of that, they made a mutual agreement with the franchise owners Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson to part ways due to a devastating social media campaign. Additionally, Bricks and Minifigs CEO Amon McNeff said that he has reached out personally to Mansell and his family to set up a meeting where they can try to come to a resolution. Mansell was named as a co-defendant in a defamation and harassment suit Bricks and Minifigs filed against Reckless Ben, but McNeff also said he's willing to discuss dropping him as a co-defendant from the suit. Let's go through the spreadsheets and POS data together and ensure you are made whole monetarily and ensure that whatever Star Wars Lego was or remains in the Salem store, whether you identify as yours or not, you can have it. What? Wait a minute. This guy literally just said that if there's any Star Wars Lego sets in the store, regardless if they are Mr. Mansell's or not, he's just going to give it to them. Why would you do that? Why would, not just if they're his, he's saying you can have every Lego Star Wars in our store. Why would he do that? We will ensure you are compensated for anything unaccounted for, McNeff is quoted as saying in the blog post. Bricks and Minifigs also said their internal investigations produce evidence that dramatically changes the speculative social media narrative around the situation. Oh, really? Oh, really? They said that old documents that the previous Salem franchise owner with whom Mansell entered into the agreement was grossly negligent in how she operated the store and in her dealings with Mansell. They've been trying to push this. They have been trying to push this for a while. That the previous owner of the store was a terrible person, that she was a heroin addict, and that pigeons were shitting in the store. They have been desperately trying to smear her from the beginning. Bricks and Minifigs has its corporate headquarters in Provo. Okay, so the Provo was Utah, not California. I don't know cities all that well. And Johnson also lives in Utah. This story gained viral attention because of the involvement of Benjamin Schneider, better known on YouTube as Reckless Ben, when he began to make videos investigating the situation and attempting to get Mansell's collection back. The story further blew up as Schneider shared body cam footage from his encounters with American Fork Police Department in March. He was arrested and charged with stalking and targeted residential picketing after sending multiple people to Johnson's home. Schneider said that he was attempting to contact Johnson to serve him with papers for a civil suit about the Lego collection. Mansell entered into the consignment agreement for his Lego collection with the previous franchise owner, not Best and Johnson. Best and Johnson took over the Salem, Oregon location after the previous franchise owner decided to give up the store. The consignment agreement was not disclosed to corporate. That's a fucking lie. And Bricks and Minifig Corporate does not allow these sorts of agreements. That's a fucking lie. we've seen that we have the video. Like, oh, hello, ABC4. There is legit video footage of the former franchisee owner telling them we've got all this stuff on consignment, and corporate telling her that is now going to be Josh and Brad's responsibility. It's on video. It's totally on video. I think they meant disclose before they took over. They're not specifying that, and with this kind of reporting, I don't count on it. Plus, plus it says corporate does not allow these sorts of agreements. We've seen the contract for franchisees. That's the agreement for franchisees was posted online, and it absolutely says consignment is allowed. So that also is a lie. That is also a lie. So yeah, I don't. Reportedly, when Bess and Johnson came to take over the store, the previous owner did not disclose her agreement to Mansell. Again, lie. ABC. There is little video footage showing her telling him this. Why are you not saying that? Essentially, Briggs and Minnie thinks that the fault in the situation lies with the former franchise owner, Crystal Law, but they are willing to do what they can to make Mansell whole. So they're trying to basically do, oh, she was a bad bitch, but don't worry, we're the good guys, we'll take care of you. That's a fucking lie. No one's buying it. No one's buying it. Schneider has maintained that Briggs and Minifakes, and more specifically Johnson and Best, stole Mansell's collection, claimed that Briggs and Minifakes disputes. However, in an interview with ABC, Schneider said that if he was provided with actual evidence that Briggs and Minifakes doesn't have Brian's collection or money from selling his collection, he would delete his YouTube videos on the situation. According to Briggs and Minifakes, their investigation revealed that that Law was managing 3 sets of books on Mansell's collection, and all 3 had different accounts of what was sold and values for the entire collection. Point of sale data about the collection was also found, and there was an unknown but accessible email account maintained by Law. Now again, according to Briggs and Minifakes, I don't believe a fucking word that they say. I don't believe them. They are proven to be liars, so according to the liars, I don't believe them. Until I actually see evidence that has gone over with forensics to ensure it is not falsified, I don't believe them. This evidence, oh, by the way, forensics that does not take place in American Fork, Utah. I will only believe forensics if it is done by a state lab. The evidence confirmed the new incoming franchisee took over the location we're not aware of, nor prepared for the responsibilities of taking over store from a forensic accounting review standpoint. This led to due diligence issues in coming to a resolution with Mr. Mansell. Oh, so he's going to try and claim that they did forensic accounting? Bullshit. Bullshit, they did forensic accounting. Not happening. Reportedly, she kept a hidden personal book, a separate version that she shared with Mansell, and a separate running list of sold items, and those 3 lists all had significant discrepancies between what she paid Mansell and what her trackers included. Briggs and Minifakes said their internal POS data showed more than $52,000 was sold from Mansell's collection, significantly more than Law reported to Mansell. Not really. Not really, because no, that's not significantly more, because didn't they say that they were still owed something like $125,000 from the Lego collection? So no, $52,000 is not significantly more than what Law reported to Mansell. They literally have said, like in the first video, they said, like Mr. Mansell actually said that he was owed like $130,000 of the Legos left. Like he had received some money from her already, and that he was owed like $130,000. And then they pared that down to $100,000 just so they could get him something back, like Ben and all of his people did. If I'm remembering correctly, yeah. Reportedly, Mansell only received about $15,000 from the sales of his collection. No, I could be getting my numbers mixed up. It's possible I could be getting my numbers mixed up, but I thought that in the first video, they were looking to get $120,000 or $130,000 from Briggs and Minifakes for the existing Legos that had not yet been sold or something. Maybe I'm misremembering it, but I thought that's how much it was. And then they reduced it down to $100,000 just so they could try and get money back to Mr. Mansell. She did mention in the video when she got kicked out that she still owed money. That's true. She did. You're right. She did in the surveillance footage. She did say like you need this information so you know what money to give to him. You are correct about that. You are correct. According to Birds and Minifigs, Law never made any mention of a consignment deal to corporate or to Besser Johnson. Again, that's a fucking lie. We have video evidence to substantiate otherwise. She reportedly refused to give the keys to the store to Besser Johnson, and Birds and Minifigs described the handover as chaotic. Not according to the video footage. According to the video footage, she told them about the consignment. She said, you need this information to basically earmark what has been sold and what has not been sold. And she was perfectly cooperative in that video footage, which is on the internet, which ABC4, you're not doing your due diligence, you fucking hacks. Half of the stuff you're talking about in here is demonstrably false by actual video evidence. They also provided a detailed timeline of what they believed happened with the Salem store, which you can find on their blog, which we have the blog. Let's see if it's worth going through. We'll check their blog to see if it's actually worth going through. How long is this? Okay, it's not too long. Evidence of neglect uncovered. Brian Menzel and Crystal Gorman jointly valued Lego collection at $95,000 to $100,000 relating to unauthorized consignment agreement. Corporate takes action and reaches out directly to Brian Menzel for information resolution. Unauthorized Lego reseller, special buying, trading, and selling. Today announced permanent closure with Salem store as a mutual agreement to part ways with franchise owners. Yeah. So basically, they're basically the CEO. This was not a mutual parting of agreement. The CEO just kicked Brandon and Joshua to the curb. So Brandon and Joshua no longer have the monetary resources of Bricks and Minifigs to defend themselves in court. That's what he just did. He just basically made it so they don't have the money of the corporation behind them to defend them in court. Yeah, he basically just sacrificed them on the altar of self-survival. He basically said, "Bye, bitch. You guys are more trouble than you're worth now. I'm taking you to the curb." This was not mutual. He fucking kicked them out. 100%. He booted them because he knew he'd be spending a shit ton of money on lawyers defending them in court. Guarantee. Oh yeah. Not to mention that he's basically trying to separate the company from them. So when they start doing he's trying to basically, I'm thinking he may be trying to shield himself from discovery. That's what I don't know if he's going, I don't think that's going to work, but maybe he's trying to shield himself from discovery when these two end up in court. Oh yeah. Yep. Due to a devastating social media campaign. Sucks to suck. Well, fact investigation continues. Current state of investigations uncovered significant evidence of gross negligence and how the store was previously operated. We heard all this bullshit. Operational gaps during the transition. Ongoing situation involving the collector. We've been asking for documentation for a long time. We asked for it, did not receive enough, which Brian Menzel himself basically said, no, I gave him the full breakdown of it. New documentation, diamonds, blah, 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 blah. So the entire collection, which is more... Oh, here we go. Evidence shows there were 3 sets of books maintaining regarding the collection, all with different accounts of what was sold, more reliable high-end market values for the entire collection. So they're now trying to downgrade the value of Brian Menzel's collection. They're downgrading it by $100,000. Bricks and Minifigs, the CEO, is trying to downgrade the Star Wars collection by $100,000. Oh boy. Let's see if there's anything else of note. Offer the physical inventory personally, most recently December and personally, but so now they're trying to claim that they were going to offer him the inventory. Which, haven't heard anything about that. for an unauthorized personal consignment agreement. Now that was to the store, and according to your own documentation, Bricks and Minifigs does do consignments, so that's a fucking lie. See. Did not intend to carry on as a franchise due to the store's struggles and job offer had received by a country. So again, they're contradicting themselves. Bricks and Minifigs is literally contradicting themselves here. Because above they were saying, oh, she did a terrible job. And that and now it's saying that she was intended not to carry on because of the store struggles and her partner had received a job offer out of the country. So they are in full fucking panic mode. And then of course they have to put in the fact that the GoFundMe has raised over $350K right now. Which is why Ryan Mansell is probably going to reject all of their offers and say, nope, I'm going to see your ass in court because the GoFundMe has raised $350,000. So why the fuck would he accept the offer when he knows he has them on the ropes legally and can take down not only this company, but an entire police department for corruption? Yeah, now it's Brian Mansell's turn to send a fucking message. And Bricks and Minifigs, McNeff, Josh, and Brandon fucking scared. That's why McNeff fired, he didn't mutually part, he fired Josh and Brandon. They're scared. Because now they basically gave Brian and then a reason to go after them hard and hit them with everything they've got. And then undoubtedly has God knows how many high-powered lawyers that are like, I will do this for you fucking pro bono. Because this is going to be a huge case now. And they're going to have so many fucking attorneys that are like, we will do this for you. And so they are terrified because there's so much fucking evidence, especially with the leak that just happened, especially with the body cam leak that just happened. There's so much evidence against them. They are terrified. This is going to be so much fun to watch. I cannot wait to see the next chapter in this because it's going to be fucking crazy.
Ember burns bright, bright.